Hello, welcome again to Virtual Space 3D. I'm Amanda Bush. Our monthly reports deal with the latest exciting progress in the commercial development and scientific exploration of space. In this month's show I begin with a report on the latest SpaceX Falcon 9 Dragon mission to the International Space Station and on a big step taken in development of a reusable first-stage booster. Then I'll talk about the discovery of a planet nearly the size of Earth that orbits within the habitable zone of its star. In addition, a comet will pass near Mars this fall and the Mars rover Opportunity gets a blow-cleaning boost to its solar panels. Under a gray sky on the afternoon of April 18, a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket lifted off from Cape Canaveral with a Dragon spacecraft carrying over 2.5 tons of cargo for the International Space Station. The launch came after months of delays caused alternately by problems with the vehicle and with the station. This was the first ISS cargo delivery launched by the new enhanced version 1.1 of the Falcon 9. The vehicle uses the more powerful Merlin 1D engines and is longer with more fuel, and so can carry a bigger payload. The cargo for this trip included 2 large experimental packages attached inside the unpressurized trunk compartment of the Dragon. The experiments included a set of cameras to attach to the outside of the station and stream real-time video of the Earth. The other experiment is a system for testing laser communications. The Dragon berthed successfully to the station on schedule on April 20. The ISS crew soon began unloading the vehicle and installing the experiments. The Dragon will be reloaded with scientific materials and trash for its return to Earth around the middle of May. Another feature of the new Falcon 9 is a reusable first-stage booster. During a launch, the booster separates from the upper stage at a speed around Mach 6 and at an altitude of 50 kilometers. It will then refire 3 of its 9 engines to reverse its forward momentum and send it back towards the launch site. When it nears the landing zone, it will fire a single engine to come down for a vertical landing, with legs springing into place. SpaceX is carrying out a step-by-step development process that includes first returning the booster down for a soft landing onto the sea. Once this is perfected, they will try the return to the launch site. During the April 18 launch of the Dragon, they successfully brought the first stage booster down to the sea for a soft landing. They were unable to recover the booster from the water due to heavy seas and it eventually broke up and sank. Nevertheless, the test was considered very successful, proving that they can bring a booster down from hypersonic speeds at high altitude to a controlled soft landing. A brief image from a camera attached to the rocket looks down and shows the engine firing and the legs extended just above the water. Meanwhile, the company began low-altitude tests of a new reusable booster prototype at their test site in Texas. Within a few months they are expected to begin high-altitude flight tests from Spaceport America in New Mexico with a second prototype. These prototypes will help optimize the booster's return and landing techniques. The NASA Kepler Space Telescope team has announced the discovery of the smallest Earth-sized planet found so far that lies within the habitable zone of its star. Kepler 186f is about 40% larger than Earth and it orbits a red dwarf star about 500 light-years from Earth. 2 other planets somewhat larger than this one were also found to be in habitable zones of their stars. The habitable zone consists of those orbits where a planet with an Earth-like atmosphere would receive enough heat from its star to keep water in a liquid state but not too much heat to boil the water away. Whether Kepler-186f has an atmosphere and water is not known. The tremendous distance that it lies from Earth will make it very difficult to study. However, its existence hints that Earth-sized planets are common around stars and that it is likely that some will be found much closer to our solar system, which will make them much easier to study. Mars will have a visitor this October 19th when comet sighting spring will go zooming by. Comets have been observed to crash into giant Jupiter, and it was thought last year when sighting spring was first discovered that it might hit Mars. The comet's trajectory has now been more precisely measured and it will miss the red planet, though not by much. The distance of closest approach will be 135,000 kilometers, less than half the distance between Earth and our Moon. While there are movies galore about giant asteroids smacking into Earth, a perhaps greater danger comes from comets. Asteroids follow regular orbits and can be observed and tracked. Most of the really big ones have now been found. Comets, on the other hand, are often seen only for the first time when they come barreling in towards the Sun at tremendous speeds and energies. Out past Pluto there is believed to be a huge belt of icy rocky debris from the formation of the solar system. The big gas giant planets like Jupiter and Neptune occasionally make gravitational tugs on some of these objects, and when their orbits are perturbed sufficiently, they come in towards the Sun and we see them as comets. Their tails consist of the dust and water vapor emitted as these objects heat up from the Sun. A comet heading towards Earth might not be discovered with more than a year or two of warning. If we do not have an in-space infrastructure capable of deflecting it, we could be in big trouble. It appears that Mars will escape from getting blasted by sighting spring, but its dust may affect the orbiters there that are studying its surface and retransmitting data from the rovers. If nothing else, the Mars spacecraft should get some great images of the comet as it goes shooting by. An important factor in the longevity of the Mars rovers has been the wind. Though the atmosphere is only 1% as thick as on Earth, Mars can nevertheless kick up wind strong enough to carry dust for long distances. In fact, dust storms covering most of the planet have been observed in the past. It was thought that such winds might gradually deposit so much dust onto the solar arrays of the rovers, their power output would degrade until they became disabled. However, it turned out that periodically the winds are so fierce, they actually clean dust off the solar panels instead of adding more. A recent image of Opportunity's solar panels shows that it is much cleaner than they were back in January. Small twisters, or dust devils as they are called, have actually been imaged on Mars by the rovers. Perhaps a dust devil occasionally passes over Opportunity and blesses it with the red planet equivalent of a car wash. That ends this month's show. Join us again next month for the latest news from the frontiers of space exploration and commercial spaceflight. I'm Amanda Bush. Good night and ad astra.